By Luke Sharrett, Bloomberg, Getty Images. The night before the election, amid a barrage of lies, Donald Trump said something patently, undeniably true. The midterm elections used to be like boring, didn't they? The president observed during a rally in Cleveland. Do you even remember what they were? People say midterms, they say, what is that, what is it, right? Now it's like the hottest thing. The midterms are, indeed, very hot right now. According to the Center for Responsive Politics, about $5.2 billion will have been spent this election cycle, far outpacing 2014's record of nearly $3.8 billion. The media coverage has been wall-to-wall, even for an industry that treats practically every Trump tweet like the Super Bowl. By Monday night, some 36.2 million people had already cast early or absentee ballots, a 132% increase over 2014, with early voting turnout in Texas, Nevada, and Arizona exceeding the total number of people who voted in those states during the entire 2014 midterm election. By Tuesday morning, the early and absentee numbers were even more eye-popping, a 502% increase among 18 to 29-year-olds in New Jersey, 808% in Wisconsin, and 2,496% in North Dakota, according to data from TargetSmart. This, for better or for worse, is precisely what Trump set in motion when he decided to make the election, and, really, every other facet of our politics and culture, about himself. As he said Monday, you have to go out to vote, because in a sense, I am on the ticket. This has been Trump's message since the beginning of the year, when the GOP, realizing that many of its House and Senate candidates were weaker on their own, deployed the president to whip up enthusiasm by campaigning on their behalf. But of course, a referendum on Trumpism cuts both ways. While a Gallup poll last week found that Trump had successfully made the election all about himself, 60% of registered voters said they were using their vote to render a judgment on the president. The message appeared to have resonated with Democrats more than Republicans. According to the survey, 62% of Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents said their midterm vote was meant to signal opposition to Trump, while 53% of Republicans and Republican-leaning independents said it was meant to show support. Indeed, the early voting and absentee numbers suggest Trump's strategy may have backfired. Back in August, Trump boasted to reporters that Democrats give up when I turn out, and that his role in barnstorming rallies energizes them. Instead, it appears to be turning them out in droves. While it's still far too early to make any sweeping generalizations about the midterm vote, the huge spikes in turnout among millennials, a demographic that leans 27 points towards Democrats, according to Pew, should be nightmare fuel for Republicans. https://twitter.com/polling numbers/status/1059846836721201152 Overall, the results thus far suggest more of a horse race, according to the NBC News Data Analytics Lab, which used voter data from TargetSmart. In early voting states, 42% of voters are Republican and 41% are Democrats. As of Monday, Republican early voting appeared to outpace that of Democrats in Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Montana, Tennessee, and Texas, while Democrats appeared to have the lead in Nevada. Still, other early demographic data suggest bad news for Republicans. The change in turnout among Hispanics and African Americans, more heavily Democratic, looks to have outpaced that of Caucasians, more heavily Republican, in many states with early voting, relative to 2014, by substantial margins. Caveats abound. There is still much we don't know about the composition of the electorate this year, as my colleague Peter Hamby reported last week. Millennials are notoriously difficult to poll, and then there is the Bradley effect. Hello, Steve King. Nobody can say with any certainty what will happen, except to say that the smart money is on a divided Congress. The realization that Democrats will likely retake the House appears to be sinking in. On Friday, Trump told a crowd in West Virginia that if Republicans lose their majority, I'll just figure it out. The odds of Republicans holding on to the Senate, after all, remain high. That means the Trump agenda on foreign policy, judicial appointments, and the wisdom of impeachment is likely to continue unencumbered. What's more, Trump can always shift the blame for the House loss, as he is already preparing to do. Midterm losses are not uncommon for the party in power, and the GOP was in a tough position from the start, given an unprecedented wave of Republican retirements and resignations over the past year. I do think it's a little unfair to put it all on him, because you start behind the eight ball, a senior GOP Senate strategist told Politico, reflecting on Trump's prominence on the campaign trail. Still, he said, what I think is different in 2018 is that while the president always has the ability to define the agenda, he takes all of the oxygen out of the air. The reality is, these races are completely national. And while there's always a national bent to congressional races, there's really no escaping at this time. More great stories from Vanity Fair. Pope versus Pope, the Catholic Church's civil war. Michael Cohen reveals details about Trump's private racism, how MSNBC turned cable news into an addiction, inside the fake mega intelligence company, Trump's hapless workday, by the hour. Looking for more? Sign up for our Daily Hive newsletter and never miss a story.